After a long time, I've come across an incense that smells really nice. You know, the first time I smelled it was like, that's the kind of feeling you get. Namaste all you fragrant people, and welcome to Om Incense Show with DJ, a show that helps you increase your incense quotient. So if you are an incense enthusiast, consider subscribing. So we have today yet another incense from SUGANDHLOK. This is called VIDWAN, and it has, you know, like all the other SUGANDHLOK incenses, this is done very well, you can see a lot of gold on this. And we have this whole thing in brown, and a book is shown, so to show VIDWAN, somebody who's like really intelligent, VIDWAN. So that's what we have. It says premium quality agarbattis, premier collection, VIDWAN agarbattis, and we have the branding in Hindi, so it's written VIDWAN in Hindi, VIDWAN agarbatti on the back side. So we have all of the the usual logos that they have on the pack, and this is 50 grams of incense for 135 rupees. And Sarthi International, so they also have another, Sarthi International has another brand called Tulsi. So I think this VIDWAN is also available in Tulsi incense with some other name. I can't remember that right now. And on one side we have warnings and directions for use and scanning code, and then we have VIDWAN written in quite a few Indian languages. So that's what we see. These are the logos that we can see here. And it says SUGANDHLOK agarbattis are a divine olfactory delight, crafted carefully from the purest ingredients, and the usual thing. And then they say SUGANDHLOK's VIDWAN is a celebration of mastery in the art of agarbatti making. VIDWAN means master, scholar or guru, and this blend of vanilla, patchouli and other herbs is as close to perfection as possible. VIDWAN creates a pleasant, natural atmosphere that is ideal for prayer and meditation. So this is natural, kind and responsible. It's a very nice package. For that matter, I like all of the SUGANDHLOK packagings, and it's so good. You can just pair this up with a nice incense holder and give it up as gifts to your near and dear ones, somebody. Really nice. So this is what we have. Now what we get inside is this pouch, which is like a nice brown, nice branded pouch, and it says SUGANDHLOK like this. It says Divine Agarbattis. If we talk of count, I guess we have around 25 or 30 incenses. Yeah, I think we have around 30 incenses. This is what we have. These many incenses. And what we get inside are these 9-inch incenses. These are brown incense, and they are hand rolled, and they have a lot of masala on top. Be very careful when opening the pack, because it's all going to come on you. And we have this nice sturdy bamboo core, which is round and smooth, and going by its length, it's going to be there for an hour or so, around 50 minutes or an hour, because this is thicker, because hand rolled incenses and masala agarbattis of course thicker. So we have this, which is a thicker thing, and it has a lot of incense masala on top, After a long time, I've come across an incense that smells really nice. The first time I smelled it was like, that's the kind of feeling you get. I mean, that's what I could make out, I could feel. It has a very nice, rich, resinous fragrance with a hint of sweetness, like they said, vanilla, so that well smoothened, well rounded blend, you can make that out, that it's a very nice blend. It's a very nice fragrance, nice, rich, resinous, with a slight hint of sweetness. That's the kind of incense this is. And like I said, when it comes to life, the first time I took a whiff of it, was like, wow, I really found it so good. So the fragrance that we had in the top note is still there when the incense comes to life also. So the smoke has quite that top note fragrance in it. So it is that nice, rich, resinous fragrance with a hint of sweetness, like I said. It's a very pleasant fragrance, very nice. So I really like this. And that's the kind of fragrance this has. If you like nice rich fragrance, you would like this. It's a nice masala type of nice rich fragrance. That's the kind of fragrance this is. Something that is actually going to give a very nice vibe to your space once you light this up, and it comes to life immediately. So the moment you light this up, within a few moments you're going to get the fragrance of it. It's going to, the diffusion is quite good. It's going to it diffused in my entire house. So of course the capacity is quite good. If we talk of intensity, the intensity is somewhere between high and mid mild. So it has a good body, it has a good strength, it has a very nice sure presence, but it is not something that is going to smother you. It's not going to bother you, unless and until, of course, if you don't like any kind of incense, then that's a different case. But if you are somebody who likes incenses, this is going to really come across as a very good incense. You are going to get that wow feeling from this. I really like this incense, and the presence is quite good. Like I said, it's a sure presence. It comes to life immediately. And if we talk of retention, the retention is around 4 hours, around 3 to 4 hours. That's the kind of retention this is. But what happens is, so like I said, you know, depends on the upholstery in your house, depends on what kind of ventilation is there in your house. So depending on that, so in my house, I could find the retention for around, you know, 3 to 4 hours. But what happens with these kind of incenses is, even if you, so if you are in that house, in that, you know, in that space, for a prolonged period of time, you're going to get that vibe for around 3 to 4 hours. But suppose you go out and then when you come back, then you still get that fragrance if you have kept the house, you know, if the house is locked. So if you probably light this up in the morning, and if you go out you know, in the for the office, and then if you come out in the evening, if you come back in the evening, I'm sure you're going to get that fragrance. I haven't had a chance to do that because, you know, I'm a housewife, so I stay home. So what the kind of retention that I could feel around me was for around 3 to 4 hours. That's the kind of retention which is like nice enough, very good. So if you are looking for an incense which is like nice rich masala incense, if you've tried so many, you just want to try another masala incense, you might just want to try this. I really like this incense, so I'm going to give it a star rating of 5. I really like it. So we're going to give VIDWAN, SUGANDHLOK VIDWAN, a star rating of 5. So that's what we had today. Now the incense quiz that we had last time was, who is the you know, which brand is Amitabh Bachchan ji associated with? So the answer is Cycle brand. So Vidwatam ji and Muthuraman ji and Manu Matthews ji answered the quiz, and also Prashant ji. So these people answered the quiz, and yes, that's true. Cycle brand, you know, Amitabh Bachchan ji is the brand ambassador for Cycle brand agarbattis. So that's the quiz that we had last time. The quiz that we have this time is, name an incense from Cycle brand which is their flower cycle incense. Just let me know that incense. That's the quiz for today. So I hope you enjoyed this episode and you learned something from it. If you think somebody else can learn something from it too, share it with them. This is Dolly Jha here, and I thank you so much for watching this episode. Till we meet again next, take very good care of yourself. Namaste.